On big holidays like Thanksgiving or Christmas, the moment someone mentions a feast, people instantly picture a golden, roasted turkey sitting proudly in the middle of the table, surrounded by the classics. Fragrant stuffing, sweet tart cranberry sauce, and smooth gravy poured over everything like it's the law. That's why, when the holiday season hits, turkey demand doesn't just rise, it flips into high gear. But once the season passes, things settle back into normal. Demand drops, and a lot of families don't want to wrestle with a huge bird that takes forever to thaw and needs a whole production to prep. Instead, they go for a turkey breast roast. Smaller, faster, easier to cook, but still gives you that turkey vibe. So inside the factory, how are full-size whole turkeys and turkey breast roasts processed, shaped, fully cooked, and packaged so they look consistent and uniform on supermarket shelves? Let's step onto the line and find out in today's video. The Thanksgiving turkey. Most Americans are used to eating is usually a hen, and the most common size people bring home is around 12 to 14 pounds. To match that holiday turkey sweet spot, the industry has to plan for an enormous supply, to the point that nearly a third of total turkey consumption is packed into November and December, right at peak holiday season. But before it ever reaches a plant to be cut up or packaged, this slightly goofy bird's journey starts where most people never see it: on massive growing farms. Newly hatched turkey chicks, called poults, are moved from the hatchery to the farm when they're just 1 day old. Once they arrive, they're unloaded and placed into a brooding area on fresh, clean, dry bedding, where they can move freely in a wide open space, kind of like being out on pasture, but still tightly managed. For young birds, barn temperature is make or break, so farmers use heaters to keep the air around 90 degrees Fahrenheit. In those early weeks, poults get a nutrient-dense starter feed, roughly 30% protein, mainly from corn and soybean meal, with added vitamins and minerals. That formula is typically kept for about 2 weeks to help them get strong and grow fast, setting the foundation for the weight gain phase that comes next. When summer hits, temperatures inside housing can climb into the triple digits, so many farms use tunnel ventilation systems. The barns are built as enclosed structures with fully insulated sidewalls, which helps growers control temperature and humidity more consistently, so the flock grows evenly and stays healthy. Over the next 3 weeks, the flock's feed is gradually adjusted to match how fast the birds are growing and how their nutritional needs change day by day. As the turkeys start putting on more weight, the farm also shifts into a tighter control rhythm. Workers walk the entire house, moving through the flock and watching for birds that show signs of illness, injury, or weakness. Those regular walkthroughs aren't just about catching problems early. They also help the birds get used to people being around, so they're less likely to startle when there's activity in the barn. After about 14 to 18 weeks, many birds reach the common American dinner table size, roughly 12 to 14 pounds. At that point, they're ready to go to market. On harvest day, transport trucks pull straight onto the farm, and the loading crew begins moving the birds almost like herding livestock. They set up wooden panels to form a narrowing lane, like a funnel, then guide small groups forward onto a conveyor system. The turkeys step onto the belt, ride upward, and move into the truck. The conveyor can raise or lower to feed birds into different deck levels, because each turkey is genuinely heavy, and doing it all by hand would be slow and much harder to control. A single farm might harvest around 1,000 birds over 3 days, but that's basically a drop in the bucket compared to national demand. An estimated 46 million turkeys are prepared across the United States for just one meal: Thanksgiving. When the trucks carrying the turkeys arrive at the processing plant, the plant weighs the entire truck with the birds still on board. Then, after the turkeys are fully unloaded, the empty truck is weighed again. Subtract the second number from the first, and they get the exact weight of the load, making sure everything is documented clearly from the very start of the line. The trailer is moved into the unloading area. Here, a hydraulic lift system raises the cages to the right height, the cage doors open, and workers transfer the turkeys onto a conveyor that carries them into a controlled stunning area. Inside the slow induction chambers, the CO₂ concentration is gradually increased over time to bring the birds into a steady, unconscious state. The key is dialing it in precisely. If the CO₂ rises too quickly, the turkeys can panic, flap their wings, and make escape-type movements inside the chamber. They open the crates and guide the birds out, then place them onto the overhead shackles while they're still alive. The line carries them through a water stunning system, where the head is briefly immersed and a controlled electrical current passes through, rendering the turkey insensible. At that point, the head and neck relax and hang limp. Next, the birds move into an automated processing station that makes a small cut at the neck to allow for proper bleed-out. The goal is straightforward. Verify each bird has been handled correctly before it reaches the hot water scalding stage. After that, the turkey is lowered into a hot water scald tank to loosen the feathers and prep it for the next step. From there, it goes straight into the feather picker, a machine packed with continuously spinning rubber fingers. As the bird moves through, those rubber strips rub and pull with just the right amount of force to remove feathers quickly and evenly, without tearing the skin. Once it comes out, a few small pin feathers can still be left behind in hard-to-reach spots, so workers along the line inspect each bird and remove any remaining bits before it moves on to the next stage. Next, the turkeys are transferred onto a different set of shackles that hold them by the lower legs because the feet will be removed. On the line, a rotating blade works in sync with the conveyor, cleanly cutting off the feet at a consistent point so every carcass matches the same standard. From there, they move into the evisceration area. To keep the carcass clean right from the start, the system uses a dedicated suction nozzle to remove any unwanted material, reducing the risk of contamination on the meat's surface. As the turkey continues down the line, automated tools take over step by step. An evisceration unit reaches into the body cavity, pulls the organs out in a set sequence, and sends them to a separate area for chilling and sorting. During this stage, one thing matters a lot. The organs can't be torn or ruptured. Once the organs are fully removed, the carcass goes through a final cleaning step to wash away anything that might be left behind. At the same time, an inspector at a quality check station watches each bird and flags any defects or issues before it moves on to the next process. The final safety step required by the USDA is rapid chilling. The plant can do this using a water chilling system designed to bring the turkey's internal temperature down below 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Depending on the bird's weight, this chilling process takes about 4 to 8 hours, making sure the product moves quickly into the safe temperature zone. After leaving the chiller, the turkeys slide through a computerized grading system that quickly measures and sorts them by both size and weight. Birds in the same weight range are grouped together on the line. Next, each turkey is placed into a vacuum-sealed plastic bag, then wrapped in a tight netting layer to hold its shape, so it looks neat and consistent on the shelf. After that, they're quick frozen for 24 hours at -20 degrees Fahrenheit. Once the freeze is complete, the turkeys are boxed up and shipped out to grocery stores everywhere, ready to become the centerpiece of family gatherings, where that first slice is always the most anticipated moment. While whole turkeys may steal the spotlight in November, Butterball knows modern dinner tables need more flexible options. A lot of people just want the breast meat lean, tender, easy to cook, and boneless. And that's where the boneless turkey breast line comes in. After coming out of the chiller, the turkeys are rehung on shackles and sent into the deboning area. Here, an automated cutting blade, set to precise positions, cleanly separates the entire breast from the rest of the carcass. The remaining carcass continues down a separate portioning route, while the breast pieces move on and pass through a skinning machine that removes the outer skin in just seconds. Next is the deboning line, where mechanical blades cut tight along the bone to free the 2 breast lobes underneath. At the finishing table, skilled workers inspect each piece and hand trim any excess fat, cartilage, or remaining membrane, removing any bone fragments to produce a clean, uniform cut. Before leaving the area, The breast meat also goes through a bone detection scanner to make sure no tiny bone pieces were missed. While the turkey breasts are being cut and deboned on the line, another part of the plant is getting the seasoning solution ready so flavor can soak evenly into every fiber of meat. It starts with a large volume of filtered water, used as the base to dissolve and distribute the ingredients as uniformly as possible. From there, the plant adds its proprietary seasoning blend into a mixing tank. Each product line has its own recipe, usually built around salt plus a mix of herbs and spices to create that signature aroma. For the honey-glazed turkey breast roast, they add honey for a gentle sweetness that helps the flavor linger longer and gives the overall profile a deeper, richer taste. While the mixing tank is still agitating the brine, we jump back to the breast line. After being trimmed at the finishing table, the boneless turkey breast fillets are collected and chilled to around 40 degrees Fahrenheit to keep the meat safe and stable before the seasoning step. Right after that, the breasts pass through a set of ridged rollers that work like a mechanical massage system, pressing and rolling the meat to tenderize it by breaking up some of the muscle fibers. That helps the final product stay juicy, slice cleanly, and eat more tender. From there, they move under a brine injector fitted with 138 needles. The needles pump the seasoned solution deep into the meat so the flavor is distributed evenly throughout, not just sitting on the surface. Next, the injected pieces are vacuum-fed through tubing into a large stainless steel tumbler, where paddles continuously pound and knead the meat for nearly 4 hours. Inside the tumbler, those metal paddles work the meat hard, tenderizing it further and releasing natural proteins that will later help bind multiple breast pieces together into one larger roast. Next, workers load each turkey breast piece into specialized plastic cooking bags that move along the line. Once the meat is seated inside the plastic, they gently press and shape it so the roast is more uniform in size and thickness, giving it that retail-ready look you'd expect on a grocery shelf. The bags then pass through a heat-sealing machine that fully seals them and cuts them free from the larger sheet, before the breast roasts are loaded onto racks and sent into the smokehouse. Inside, they cook for about 4 hours at 165 degrees Fahrenheit. During that time, smoky flavor gradually moves into the meat, while natural surface proteins activate and form a tacky layer that helps the breast pieces bind tightly together. When the cook is complete, the roasts are temperature checked to confirm they're fully cooked. Then they move to the next station. Here, workers remove the cooking molds and let any excess juices drain off. To boost the flavor even more, the cooked turkey breast roast gets a coating of seasoning, building a bolder layer of taste on the outside. From there, it moves to the packaging area, where each roast is wrapped in Butterball branded plastic film and vacuum sealed tight to lock in flavor and freshness. After sealing, the packages pass through a hot water tank at around 195 degrees Fahrenheit. That heat makes the plastic shrink rapidly, gripping the roast like a perfectly fitted jacket so the package stays neat and secure. The end result is a fully safe, boneless whole breast roast, ready to be frozen and shipped out to stores, bringing that classic Butterball roast experience with all the flavor intact. During the holiday season, the plant really steps on the gas and ramps production up fast. Each day, it can process up to 85,000 birds, about 1.3 million pounds of live weight moving through the line right here. And it all ends up as the turkey products you see neatly stacked in the grocery case, ready to go straight from the shelf to the dinner table. What about you? How do you like to eat turkey breast roast? Toss it into a quick sandwich, pair it with mashed potatoes for peak comfort food, or slice it up and go heavy on the gravy? Thanks for watching Food Tech Today. I'll see you in the next video.